It's Wednesday, and of course we bring what is happening on social media. We bring it down here and discuss it on the table, analyzing and maybe giving a preferred solution, while discussing that. But I won't be doing this alone. I have two amazing guests, favorite guests on Wednesdays, who will be talking about what's buzzing. I'll start first from my left. We have Segun Sopitan. Of course, it's good to have you, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
I'm glad to be here.
Thank you so much for coming. Good afternoon. And we have Nuruddin Adegbinro. It's good to have you, sir. Welcome, sir.
Good afternoon, and good afternoon to all our viewers.
Okay, so let's go straight into what we have for today. And to all our viewers watching, if you want to be part of the program, sure you can. There'll be a number displayed below your screen TV. You can call in or you can send in text messages. So you can be part. If you have questions for our guests too, is very welcome, or you have a suggestion, just say whatever you have to as regards to what we'll be talking about. So the first one I want to talk about is a lady has raised an alarm on Lagos kidnapping. This happened just yesterday. Well, she explained what happened to her at I think her or a friend at Ikorodu garage over the insecurity that is happening now in Lagos. So let's quickly listen to her. Let's listen to the lady that raises alarm on Lagos kidnapping, and we'll be right back. Stay with us.
Please, I use God's name to beg everybody this period. Please be careful. Kidnappers are now in Ikorodu garage. Kidnappers are now in Ikorodu garage. My sister just called me now that the person that used to help me send my package to the park, they almost kidnapped her this afternoon. Kidnappers are now in Ikorodu garage. If you cannot enter your Marua from the park, don't enter Marua if it is going on the road. I use God's name to beg you. We will do Oduayo. Please don't enter Marua like going from the main road. Go to the park and enter Marua. Even if they call small price for you, kidnappers are now in garage.
Right, welcome back. This actually happened, I think, on Tuesday or Monday when she released this video, and I'm like, well, we've been having kidnappers and all these people, trying to dupe you or something. But the way she stated it, somebody else came out to say he or she has experienced something like that, but not even in Ikorodu, but in Lagos. So the question is, she said, take your keke or bus from the park. But there are other bus stops, and they are not parks. They are just bus stops, and you have to take from there. So how are we going to go about this? Nuruddin, Mr.
Not even the way that Ikorodu is structured. Ikorodu is a bigger... about a few months ago, a particular woman called on my radio show, and she was on the verge of losing her daughter to a bikeman.
Wow.
They climb the same bike on the times of they are alerting. If you have a kid in front of you, if you want to get down, you first of all put your leg on the ground now, Abby. By the time she wants to put the second leg like this, the guy zoom up. If not because her own hand has not left the kid, for the lady, for the girl being smart, just hang up to the mother. And that's what. I think at this particular period, even if somebody that wants to take you on one chance, people will still say it is kidnapping.
Kidnapping, yeah.
But they are crime all the way. The new normal of where you are, where we are in Nigeria now, everybody's psyche will be working. And that is why we need to be careful. The way Ikorodu is structured, how many parks do you have in Ikorodu? Even climbing a motorcycle is another thing entirely. It's just that we need to be vigilant. We need to be sensitive. Because the way Ikorodu is structured, how many parks? So if somebody is going from garage to Ebute, or you are going garage to Lausek area, or you are going to Ogijo, you can't, there will be park in every bus stop. But one thing that is important is that this particular time, we need to be cautious, because it's very, very obvious that our security operatives have been overstretched. So we need, and in our little environment too, we need to be sensitive to environment. Let us have the numbers of neighbors around us. Let us have our if you are living in a particular compound, have the numbers of neighbors within the street. Have the numbers. It is very important. When you don't have all those watch guards, whatever, this is the time to get it. It's very, very important that everybody need to be conscious, security conscious at this particular time. But Ikorodu is so big that, in fact, there are some part of Ikorodu, I'm telling you, if you get there, you say this place is it, although it's part of Oguse side, but even within Lagos side too, there are some places you get in Ikorodu, because Ikorodu is a ward on his own as part of Lagos State and Ogun State.
Okay, well, Mr. Shupiton, what do you say?
I think there are two issues for me. The first one is social media, and how social media now drives narratives in our society, and I think we have to be careful. Things are heated in this country at the moment.
Yeah.
We are in, I don't even know how to describe it. The security situation is definitely out of control in most parts of the country. But I think that we are, would I say lucky or privileged, that in Lagos and maybe some parts of the Southwest, that this thing hasn't quite exploded with the magnitude that we're experiencing in other parts of the country. Maybe you want to put that down in Lagos in particular to the Lagos State, the strategy, the security strategy of Lagos State, and where they equip the police, and all that. And I think it's working, because I've been in Lagos pretty much all my life, with small, short stints in other parts of the country, but all my life I've lived in Lagos. And I can tell you that this is perhaps the most, the period within which there is less of security.
Yeah.
I mean, it's this same Lagos now. Many times I've abandoned my car because of gunshots and run.
Wow.
In this same Lagos, not once, not twice, not three times. So and in this same Lagos, the issue of one chance, there was a time, I'm sure
it was very rampant. Yeah.
Almost every day, somebody personally gets into their snare, and they get beaten up, and all of that. So I think we've come a long way from that time. So for me, I'd be wary to just get unnecessarily lots of bad behavior. Will always be in all societies, no matter where you go. Even in places like Sweden and Norway, where crime rate is very low, they still have crime. They still have kidnapping. They still have serial killers. So these things will happen, but I think what we need to be saying to people is just, this is Ember month, and we are now almost in December. So during that period, these things generally tend to escalate.
Yeah.
People are looking for money.
Yeah.
As the legal people that are doing their legal business are looking for money.
All those guys also.
Everyone else are also looking for money. So don't be a victim. Just have your wits about you. Be extra cautious. Be extra conscious. If you are somebody that owns a car, scan your mirrors constantly. Look 2-3 cars ahead of you, 2-3 cars behind you. And if you are seeing a pattern, this is something, is an instinct for me. If you are seeing a pattern, you are seeing a vehicle that, I make a left turn, this car,
make a left turn
to the same place. So sometimes, those things can save a life. And if you are just somebody that is taking public transport, be conscious of the people inside the vehicle.
Yeah, true.
Like the lady was saying, don't do sole on the road. You just jump inside and be alone. So I think we just need to advise people to be a bit more security conscious and be careful during this period. But I think that by and large, we're lucky in the Southwest compared to
yes, true. I agree. I totally agree. Well, on that note, since we're talking about insecurity, there's a trending video. I think I'm going to play them back to back. So please do to listen carefully. We'll be playing the trending video of Fulani herdsmen feeding their cows. And right after that, we'll also be playing another video of an eyewitness that reveals Nigerian security actually protect bandits. That's an eyewitness, accounting that. So let's quickly play these two videos back to back, and we'll come back to continue the program.
Make you free your mind.
Sir, yesterday I spoke bitterly at Kobon, a village in Bai district, because of the killings. These people came and they killed 7 people. What actually pains us most is it has already been in record that the Moravul man has never attempted attacking a person. We have never done that. We've been piping our youths. And indeed, the Moravul man is a law-abiding person. Yet, these people, they are persisting. What actually is paining us most is when our youth, stand to defend, to react, the security personnel are fighting us. The people used to come with sophisticated weapons. I have an exhibit of what happened. What is this? What color? Which color is this? Is this not army green? This is what they use. But when our boys will stand with their local, I say local, just local made gun to protect their land, your people will fight them and will also collect it.
Welcome back. Now that's an eyewitness giving account of what actually has happened, and this was brought out, and what was in the comment section was not funny. So it's as though that which of course people have always been insinuating that the military and of course the leaders are like hand in hand with the bandits, and we know what has been happening back and forth. Kaduna is apologizing to bandits and they're always paying a ransom or some amount of money, and now there's this back to back of the girls that were released, which a video came up recently where the bandits actually asked the girls are you okay, did we touch you, did we harm you, did we do anything, and they all said no, and they said it's a lie, they did not rescue, they actually had a conversation, more like there was a ransom or something in a negotiation. Please, what is the way? We've been talking about way forward, and it's as though the more we are talking, it's like we're a joke. What do you say, Nuruddin?
I think we need to educate people. We normally generalize this issue of bandits. We always generalize it. Okay, there are different 5 parts that I need to explain to people in all this bandit stuff. 1, there are some certain ones that they have cows and they are looking for where their cows will be grazed.
Okay.
There are some like that. So they don't care who owns the farm, or they don't care the investment that will involve there. And if you want to stop them from making their cows to eat from that particular, then there will be crisis. And they have ammunition they use to protect their cows. That one is one fashion.
Okay.
Second fashion of it are those people that are land grabbers. They don't have lands. They want to come to your area and conquer lands, as if we are still in a cake period where people fight for land. And they also have ammunitions. They are ready to take up your lands. Either you run away for them or they kill you. And if there are buildings there, they can even throw fires and everything inside it. Those one is another fashion. 3, there are some people that do it for economic reasons. Those people that want to loot, they want to steal, they want to kidnap and collect money from it. That one is another fashion. Another fashion is that there are some that are extremists. They are extremists, they are terrorists. They don't want to have anybody that did not share the same ideology with them. Either you are a Muslim or you are no Muslims. That's that's why you see that they will say they kill Muslims, they kill Christians. But the only problem that I have with those Muslims that are saying, hey, they kill Muslims alone. If Christians community in Plateau and Benue are shouting that they are killing them, the answer to it is no, they are killing Muslims. They have the right to shout if they are being killed.
Of course.
You also have the right to shout if you are being killed.
True.
They are not directing it to you. They are directing it to the government. They are directing it to the world. If you are also being killed, you can also shout on your own and do what? And shout. You see the issue of the first video where you see that is how if somebody have taken loan from the bank, now put it on farming, and somebody now rear cows, remove, look at the way they are remove cassava. That one is one part. Then another one again is this. I think our security operatives, not all of them, I don't like the way we normally generalize it. These people are laying our lives. In fact, what we are facing, they are also facing it. Don't forget that if they go on those kind of mission, they let their own family at home now. They are facing what we are facing. Their family are also facing what they are facing. We should not generalize them. We know there are some saboteurs in our security operatives.
Sure.
We know. That is where we are begging President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and all the security chiefs. We know our security operatives have been overstretched, but they need to look inward. These saboteurs, they need to look inward. Look at the way Brigadier General Oba was killed. Out of sabotage. They need to look inward. Then, this is the time that we need to speak truth to the people. To me, whatever you can do to make sure those other girls return, I'm okay. But don't fill us with the lies that is not even sensible enough.
It's not actually necessary.
Because when you don't even need to say anything. So far you want to get them to talk. But telling us that we now pressurize them, we talk to them, security operative now talk to them, and they now release just like that. We don't want to know how you even make them to be released. But you should not lie to us as if we are not sensible. Because that is another thing. Then this thing needs to stop. People are being killed every day. It is not funny, oh. It is not funny. And that's why we are begging the government. And the state government also. This is a collaboration. We need to support the federal government. We need to support, and they don't need to lie to us so that we know how we want to assist them. In terms of information and intelligence sharing. But we need to stop this. It is getting too much. If some people say that's political overtone, I don't want to even to hear. What I want is that the lives and properties of every Nigerian must be secured. That is what is important. How government want to do it? Because according to the Constitution of 1999 as amended in 2010, one of the fundamental functions of government is to make sure you secure people and welfare package to the people. So any government that fails in that particular respect has not done anything. And that is the thing. People are being killed every day.
Every day. And we keep ringing this alarm every time. Well, Mr. Shegun, what do you think?
I think my colleague has done justice to trying to analyze, what exactly is at play. Maybe the only thing to add is to add the Boko Haram elements.
Those ones are terrorists.
Northeast. So, but all of them. In fact, we should also add the so-called unknown gunmen in the Southeast. Because those are also terrorists. I was supposed to go to Nsukka this December. I might still have to go. One of the questions that we always have to address is, we must fix the date for the engagement. We must not include Monday. Because if you go and do anything on Monday, which part of the Southeast you are, you might be killed. So we must not forget that that is also happening. So it's all over the country. Like I said earlier, we're a bit lucky in quotes. But it's not luck. It's because there is a bit of a proactive approach to the governance question, which is why the thing that Mr. Adebero said, we must bear that in mind, that the solution to this has to be all-inclusive. The president, the governors, working with the security services, and citizens, all coming together, religious leaders, community leaders, traditional rulers, everybody has to come together to solve this problem. But the onus falls squarely on the shoulders of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
Yes.
He's the president. And for me, I think that so apart from talking about what is going on, is the solution we're interested in.
Mm.
Is the solution for America, EU, UK, whoever to come and help us. And they, where in the world have we seen that those people have entered and they have left the place better? Zero. Zero. I saw one video of some person, some lady talking something that she obviously knows nothing about. The solution to our problem is internal. And I tell you how it will happen. It's you and I, right? We need to stop the politics. We need to stop the religion. We need to speak with one voice and tell the president, Mr. President, sir, if you cannot secure lives and property in line with the provisions of the Constitution, resign. You know, the president incidentally, you know, the internet doesn't forget, and people are very mischievous. The thing is flying everywhere now. How this man, Mr. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, was consistently shouting for the resignation of President Goodluck Jonathan.
Yeah.
Because of the failure at that time to deal with the
insecurity.
What is good for the gander is good for the goose. By the same sword that you wielded then is the same sword that is being wielded at you that will kill you today. So, Mr. President, according to your own word, this is me just quoting him to himself. He needs to resign. I think I'm serious. I think that the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria is failing in his most fundamental duty. Forget inflation. Forget
somebody that is alive.
That will be worried about the price of food. Forget exchange rate improving. See, that's what they are not doing. There is now a propaganda machinery, and I've had cause to exchange very strong words with some of my friends who were talking of people dying in their hundreds. If you aggregate it over a couple of 3-4 months, in their thousands in this country. And then I'll just look left like this. I will say, oh, exchange rate is improving. Economy is stabilizing. Oh, this one is doing well. Petrol is everywhere now. Are we still human beings? Don't we care about the lives that are dying every day? Ordinary human beings that did nothing wrong. Right? So, this is not the time to be talking about the positives, the things that are happening that are going well in Nigeria. Nigeria is failing as a state. When they say failed state, we have large swaths of land in this country that are controlled by non-state actors, terrorists, people that are holding gun and collecting tax from citizens. That country is failed. So if you are the president of a country and you have sections within your country where other people are collecting the tax you are supposed to be collecting, then you should resign. You are not doing your job. So my own solution to this thing is that we all should forget which religion we belong to, whether you're a Christian, Pentecostal, Christian Anglican, Christian Catholic, whether you're an animist or an atheist, whether you're a Muslim, whatever of the different, people don't know that Islam also has denominations.
No, they don't have religion, they just have sects.
Sects. People don't know that. So whichever sect of Islam that you belong to, all of us, we need to, with one voice, tell Mr. President, resign. If you cannot protect us, secure us, resign. That's the solution. See, if we can consistently drive this conversation and tell the president to resign,
he will look for a solution.
We will have a solution because they know who the people are. They know the sponsors. It's not those bandits in the bush. It's not those guys.
He has intelligence.
There are people that are funding this thing. There are big men, politicians, governors, that are funding this thing. So, and the president knows this. But because of political consideration, 2027, and all that, he can't step in. So for me, resign. If you think that 2027 is more important to you than the lives of the Nigerians who want to govern, if there is no country in 2027, what do we do?
Then in addition to it, he says.
I'm sorry, before we go for the in addition, let's quickly go for our commercial break. So after the commercial break, we'll come back and continue the conversation. Stay with us.
Good, tasty food is worth living for. Worried about your oil every time you enjoy your favorite meal? Introducing Smart Balance. Smart Balance Rice Bran Oil is rich in Gamma Original. Golden Terra Smart Balance Oil reduces bad cholesterol.
Guys, food is ready.
Cook to impress.
Welcome back from that commercial break. Okay, let's continue with the conversation before we pick calls. Of course, calls have been coming in. We're picking calls and be reading messages of our viewers very soon.
So for me, I think the president should do more than what he's doing. I learned that they must employ more people into police, into military. That one is secondary. We need immediate action. Thank God that as Commander-in-Chief of Armed Forces, he has matured the soldiers according to Bayo Onanuga. So that all the soldiers, they make sure they gag the terrorists. Please, the best way to treat terrorists is to kill them, because they came to kill, they came to destroy. So it is important our soldiers must make sure. And at the same time, in Zamfara, people are still paying taxes to terrorists before going to farm. There are some areas that they are paying monthly due to terrorists. There are some parts of Borno as we speak that a lot of people are in Maiduguri. That's why Maiduguri is flooded as we speak. So the soldiers should not limit their activities only to Kwara, only to Niger or Kebbi State, where incident has just happened. There are some certain places that terrorists are still terrorizing them, but they don't have the kind of voice and the journalists that are covering crime in some certain states. We don't know. Maybe some people have already bribed you that you should not be releasing the news that you gathered, because we are not having much news from certain area that individuals have to be using social media to put out the information. Please, we want to beg journalists, please report so that the government can know what to do about it. And that is the thing. A lot of people are dying. It could not be our family now, but we don't know the extent to which is going to go and is going to be connected to us. And that is why we are shouting as Nigerians.
Thank you very much. Well, we have a message here. This one says, the president can't claim ignorance of banditry in Nigeria. He was part of the caucus that brought in bandits in 2015. And Shetima is also linked to
because it has, even before the government.
Yeah, of course. So that is to say that this government is a terrorist government. Let's stop politics of sentiment and tribalism. Well, your insinuations are not
incorrect.
True. It's very incorrect.
It should be corrected.
Yeah,
so yeah,
exactly.
Because a lot of
it's
people
very, it's
because
very
this issue of terrorism will have it before Bola Ahmed Tinubu coming into the power.
Yeah.
So you can't put it on him. But he is the president now. He must fix it and do something.
Exactly.
That's what we're saying.
That's what we're saying. Well, anyways, this one is just trying to appreciate the program. You know, while we're still talking about this, there's a movie that came out, The Head. Yes, the movie came out, and a lot of religious believers are coming out to say, if you are a Muslim, delete Netflix, because this movie should not even have been bought by Netflix. Well, you might not understand what I'm saying. Let's play that video where...
Honestly, I gave it as an assignment to a student. I have to watch it because I could be able to... I've watched it too. And in fact, I've even watched it before he was in controversy. I think I watched it before.
Helping the producer.
Even one of us in Agege that played the role of Sheikh.
Yes.
Our guy in Agege, I know him very well.
Can you imagine? imagine.
I know his name, so I can mention his name, yes.
So let's quickly watch that video where the video I tagged it, religious believers react to Netflix movie, The Head, and we'll come back to react to the videos. Thank you.
Jesus Christ! Reverse! What's up? Oh my God, that's behind you. Oh my God. Hey, get down! Get down! What do we? Okay.
Welcome back. I will start with you, Mr. Nuruddin. Very quickly, we have very short time to wrap up.
Well, for me, any Muslims that is talking about this movie, 3 things are involved. 1, that Muslim is not exposed, because this particular movie is to inform, educate, entertain, to transmit what is happening to the public so that we can be cautious, and at the same time to be able to show some cultural heritage inside it. One thing there is this: I don't know the way some certain Muslims behave, as if you have one Alijannah or you have Jahannama that you are going to put in your own house. You are a Muslim yourself. You are not talking for every Muslims. This particular, it is not even about being Muslims. I am a Muslim too. This movie is not, and it does not against Islam. I don't know how some certain people, and that is why what we are supposed to go after in this country, we will not go after it. We will go after what is unnecessary, and that's why we are not united to talk true to this government. What concern, when people are projecting what is happening, do you want to tell us that all these bandits we are talking about, apart from those people in the east, if majority of those people in the north are Muslims, automatically they are bound to have a lot of good people that are Muslims, a lot of good people that are even bandits too. How do you want to even describe it that somebody is killing somebody and calling the name of God to it? How do you want to ascribe to that? This is what we should be saying, that government should help us clear all these terrorists on ground, so that every Nigerian, either you are Muslim, you are Christian, we should. And another thing again is this: Nigeria is not a secular state like our constitution put it. We are not a secular state. We are multi-religious state. Because we are multi-religious state, everybody has the room to practice his own religion. Christian, in fact, you could be an atheist if you like. So, and we must live together as brothers. We must live together as family. We must live together as Nigerians. These unconscious Muslims, they will not cry, they must ban it. But go and ban it. When people put resources together and to project what is happening to people in the world, you are saying it's against which Islam, whatever it's against. Are you more Muslim than many of us?
Okay, Mr. Shegun.
So to start from the economic side of things, you know, that movie grossed up over $1 billion at the box office. The movie has been in the cinema for months. And then, you know, Netflix then took it up like, oh, this is a good story.
Yeah.
And Netflix has put it on their platform. So that is a movie we should all be proud of as Nigerians, you know. I don't watch Nigerian movies because of the lack of quality.
Mr. Shopito, that Sheikh, his name is, go and check, his name is Gonzawa. It's person that I know very well.
So we need to commend the producer of this movie for the thorough work. You know, there's still, you know, we still have a long way to go in terms of the production quality in our movies.
Yes.
But we're coming up, you know, so that movie can compete almost side by side with anything they produce in
the screenplay is
one of the script, you know, the storyline aligned. They tied up all loose ends.
Yeah.
You know, so it was a very beautiful production. Now, to the religious
Hypocrites.
Look, in that movie, in case people are not aware, I will try to do this without spoiling for people that have not watched.
That have not watched, so you don't be a spoiler.
A spoiler. The movie also you spoke about a pastor that was involved in the criminal ring.
Yes.
The pastor, they showed him in his church preaching. And then DSS came to arrest him because he bought body parts.
Yes.
A pastor in that same movie.
Yes.
Why are they making noise?
I was arrested even in the church.
Arrested inside his church. With his congregation, see what's going on, what's going on. Why are they talking as if it's only Islam that they think?
No, it's extremists. It's extremists that are thinking that way.
Absolute rubbish. The movie is simply talking about the problem that Nigeria has, and that is the exact one of the most important functions of role-playing industry. Whether it's music, whether it's movie, entertainment, should carry a message. And this movie's message is timely. This problem is endemic and needs to be solved. And the movie is simply projecting it. End of discussion. It is not against Islam. And by the way, the movie didn't even go. In fact, I think Christians should be more aggrieved.
Because
the guy was shown to be a hypocrite.
Mr. Let me even have one thing to eat. The person that acted as a pastor is even a Muslim.
I know.
Latif Adekmeji is a Muslim. So what are we now talking about?
So the point for me is that we should forget all this religious hula balloon nonsense. Is the reason the president is getting away with not doing anything about this problem.
Because we are not united.
We can't speak with one voice. So let the Muslims understand that this is not about Islam. And I keep saying it. For the Christians also, that say Islamic jihadists are committing genocide. With all due respect, you need to think. Let me not insult you. You need to use the brain that God put in your head. It's not a decoration. The God himself in the Bible said, come, let us reason together. Though your sins were as scarlet, they will white as snow. God is saying, come, so that we'll talk about your sin. His sin, God is inviting you to have a logical conversation with him on your sin, on the subject of your sin. Make your case. Right? If God can say so, what is wrong with you? Why can't you use your brain? God gave you brain to think. This thing is not Islam against Christian. It's not Christian against, it is terrorists
against us,
criminals
and against us, every one of us.
So what we need to do is to look the president in the eye, whether you're a Muslim, Christian, animist, atheist, and say, Mr. President, you must fix this problem, and we'll give you a time.
And it's our common enemy.
To have some sort of movement, some sort of protest that will give the president a
ultimatum,
ultimatum that by which we must see progress, or else we enter road and we're not going to go out of the road. We shut this country down until people's lives are secured. That's what we should be doing.
Not all this religion, all this. When some Christians and Muslims in another country, they are doing what is going to make the life of their people better. How their people can walk freely, how they can live a better life. You are talking about religious intolerance. This kind of, I don't know. And when you go and look there, you know the funniest thing, this goes what I'm talking about is Ahlus Sunnah. This man that I'm talking about, and you know the funniest thing, he's even a politician. He's even a politician. So at times when you see all those Muslims that normally go and check them very well, they are not even, you can't see that Islamic injunction teachings in them. They just say it and they don't act it.
Okay, let's read these. Let's read messages and wrap up. This one says, good afternoon. I really appreciate the topic. My opinion is the president should do, the president should do the needful. If not, he should leave the office. But another says, did you know presidents can't alter a word or taking much action else if it's ready to lose the next election? Sheikh Gumi is
wait. There is no geopolitical zone in Nigeria that can make somebody win an election. As much as we think Southeast is not important, if you don't win in the 5 states in the Southeast, you cannot be president. If you think Northwest has 7 states, if you win all the 7 states, you lose the rest, you cannot be president.
That rhetoric is unfortunate.
It's unfortunate.
You're talking about election when we
are talking about lives. Yes. When people are dying.
Yes.
Right, I totally agree. Well, anyways, this has been a very hot topic, and of course, it's a very sensitive topic whenever we have to talk about insecurity. I do not know. I think I should just pick one call, so we just go. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Manju. I'm calling from Kenya.
Okay, sir. Please go ahead. We're listening, sir.
The topic is a good one, but it is very, very funny. Nigeria, to me, for now, is not one. The security facilities, they call me Alan. Thank God for what the president has done from by signing that what you call it? This cow.
It's not true.
It's not true. It's a fake news.
Sir.
It's a fake news.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
That is bad. But in the state, it is very, very unfortunate.
Unfortunate.
If they say we are at one, I will never believe it. Muslims and Christians in the West, we were like brothers and sisters. In fact, each house in the West, you will see Muslim, you will see Christian. But in the North, they believe they are more than their own Muslim is more than the Muslim. I'm not a Muslim, but I do follow them all. You see, the only way we can run away from is we do not shy away from it. Let our house, both the house of rep and city, let them come up. Let them come up and talk to the president. They will give him time. This is time to okay, we are giving you 1 month, we are giving you 2 months. For you to go. Let all the officers, let them meet. They can do it. Let them work for them. You see, the terrorists, they don't know Christian, they don't know Muslim.
Yes.
They kill everybody. So I am for the view. The president to do something. They will give him time. If they don't want to resign. He can resign and go.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so very much. Thank you very much. Well, that being said, I think you've instigated something.
And that's the thing. So if you can,
yeah.
but although the House of Rep, they are sitting yesterday was very, very hot. I love that kind of. But they should not. It's not by talking alone.
Politics.
Let about the National Assembly. President, we are giving you till January.
Is it?
We want you to tackle.
Your Senate that is going to give.
No.
Nigerians, take your fate into your own hands. January, Abi.
Yes,
let us agree now that by the 30th of January 2026, Mr. President, if you cannot solve this problem or show significant progress, please, you need to leave. It's not Ogun.
So I said yes now. Some people have been president and some people are going to be president after him. We voted for you to solve our problem. If you can't solve our problem, thank you very much. You've tried. And that is the thing. We can't have our citizens being killed every day. How many? That's why you see some certain pastors, some certain imams, they have psychological problem as we speak. Because when you go and pray over 100 cups today, next 2 days 100 cups, don't you think the pastor and imam will not mad? See cups every 2 days.
Okay, well, I think this we've said enough, and I would just like to wrap up. I would like to say first, thank you very much, Mr. Shegun, for being on the show, and thank you, Mr. Nuruddin, for being on the show. Thank you for actually being the voice that people need to hear, and the voice for our leaders to also listen to. Well, I'll also say thank you to those who have viewers who have sent messages and the calls are still coming in. Well, apologies, we have to go. Our time is up. But thank you so much for trying to call and trying to be part of the program. And for those who will pick their calls, we really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Tomorrow is another day. Of course, we'll continue to discuss what is happening, what is trending on social media. We'll bring you here and we discuss. Until then, I want you to have a fabulous day, and please make sure you stay safe. My name is Just Blossom. Bye for now.